pretty much rolled in packs of 10. One radio with 10 guys, and they would just circle the whole place and, you know, try to keep peace where they could.
You have to learn to be on their good side.
Certain niggas used to run down on you, they see you smoking, they try to tell you, yo, give me $20, some shit like that. But you give them that shit and get the fuck out of here. You smoking all night.
I mean, that was our hustle. We used to tax dudes, yo, you want to smoke weed in that corner, you know, you gotta pay for that.
It was a lot of security in there that overdid their job sometimes, but overall, it was cool.
As soon as a fight broke out, you might get 2, 3 hits. They were coming in a line, and if you wasn't looking when that line came, it was gonna run you over.
They beat you up first, and then they ask questions later.
They would just hem people up, have you out the door.
They'll lift you straight the fuck up.
They wouldn't throw you out, they'd bounce you out.
They love knocking niggas out, yo. They loved it.
You know, we had to put our paws on niggas. That was part of the game.
If one got into a fight, you better believe you was getting your ass whipped by that whole side of the tunnel.
That was a place where you come and you know you couldn't act up, because you act up, you going out one way or another. I seen dudes 7 foot tall, 500 pounds, go to my boss, talk about, yo, you can keep that bread for the night. I can't have no parts of this. I'm out of here, because they were soft like that.
Nowadays, you can take a test and anybody can get certified. You couldn't get certified in that building taking that type of test. There's only one test you had to pass up in that building. Certification, hands-on.
It could be a fight amongst 20 people. Security's gonna get in that fight.
You just see giants coming everywhere, every angle. And some of them motherfuckers had guns.
The leader of the pack behind Sterling, because he was the head security, he would have a 4-pound out.
And then on the way out, they gonna rough you up and break you up and rob you and take your chain and your money and your ID and then toss you off these 4 steps.
They was quick fast to catch you fighting or drunk. Once you drunk, that was straight payday. So when they throw you out, your wallet gone, everything gone. Your motherfucking coat gone, be wintertime, nigga, you freezing, fucked up, drunk. They took my coat, they told me, what you talking about? You had your shit.
Absolutely. And if you and you know what's crazy about tunnel security now? If you see them same dudes and interview them, they would tell you that they used to rob niggas back in the day.
100%.
100%.
Were people getting robbed at the tunnel by security? Allegedly.
Well, you know, I plead the 5th. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say, but you know, you know what I mean? I honestly, man, the security was some good dudes, man. If a nigga said he got robbed, he was doing wrong.
You got in a problem in the tunnel, your fucking arms got stretched like this, nigga put you in your, and they went in your pockets.
Choke, no joke. Yeah. It's choke, no joke. Let's go. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to Truth Be Told, all day, every day, with your boy Choke No Joke. This is episode 2019-1, all right? This is my first show, so being that this is my first show, I'm gonna give y'all my backstory, all right? So y'all, for those who don't know nothing about me, I'm sure many of y'all do know, but for those who don't know anything about me, I'm gonna break it all down, all right? My original name is Arthur D. Alston III, all right? I'm the third, I'm not a junior, I'm a third, all right? A lot of people ask, you know, where do I get the name Choke No Joke? My first name being Arthur, my nickname is Artie. As a kid, they used to tease me and call me Artie Choke, like the vegetable. That stuck. And then when I became a little older, and got into my coolness, then I became Choke. Then when I started rapping, I added the No Joke, so it was Choke No Joke, and that's where Choke No Joke came from, because that was my rap name first. When I got into the entertainment industry, and originally I started out trying to pursue a rap career, me and one of my homeboys that I grew up with, we had a group, and then I was actually producing for, you know, several people in the projects. My man Inch produced some joints for him. I produced some joints for the Naked Faces, produced joints for myself. And then I started working with other producers on my own stuff once I did the solo thing, like Michelob, a few others, but Michelob is probably the main producer that I ever worked with in the beginning of my career. And then later on.
Yo, it's Grego talking, man. Chemical Beats, Choke No Joke. We coming soon, man. And I'm gonna be on everybody's album. Not rhyming wise, but producing wise, you know what I'm saying?
I've been in the rap game trying to get a deal for a while. I had a friend of mine named Lionel. He's the one that I know of that created the Bad Boy logo. I had something to do with creating that Bad Boy logo. So I used to go to Bad Boy early on trying to get a record deal, taking my stuff to Lonnie. Lonnie is his nickname, Lionel Fordham. He's from Harlem. The project's right there between 132nd and 135th on 5th Avenue, between 5th and Madison. That is, what's the name of those projects, you know? On what street? Between 132nd and 135th and 5th. Lincoln? That's Lincoln, right? Yeah, Lincoln. I think it's Lincoln Projects. That's where Lionel's from. But, I used to go and take my demos. Name of our group was Raw Dog. I used to take our demos there. Lonnie used to work for Puff. He used to even live with Puff at that time. This is when the Uptown offices, when Puff was working for Uptown, and the Bad Boy offices was actually inside the Uptown office. They didn't even really have an office. It was just, they had a little cubicle space or whatever, and that's where, Lonnie used to be. I used to go there. So I've been going to Bad Boy before they even was officially Bad Boy, trying to pursue this music thing. So that is when I started learning more about the industry, because I was shopping deals, trying to get deals, and then I started seeing that it was a lot of politics going on with the music business, and that's when I started learning the business, of music. So I kind of got discouraged after a while because I didn't like what was going on with the music business. I started modeling and acting, and with that, with the modeling acting, I was doing a lot of music videos. If y'all look, y'all see me in Nas, Hate Me Now. You'll see me in Mobb Deep, Quiet Storm with Little Kim. You'll see me in Eve's Got a Man. You'll see me in Lord Have Mercy, Say What, Say What. And with those, those videos, I built a lot of relationships with a lot of music video directors. Back then, Little X, Director X now was Little X. I worked with Paul Hunter. Benny Boone was just, assistant Hype Williams back then. I worked with Hype Williams. I was in Puff's video. It was called Best Friend. It was a tribute song that he did for Biggie called Best Friend. I think Paul Hunter directed that video. Now, in that video, I was acting, and I had a lead role in it, but they cut it out. It was a scene where Puff, this scene, any of y'all can get the tape from Puff, he'll show y'all. It was a scene where I was walking down the street, and some dudes I got into something with some dudes. I pull out a gun, and they jump me, I pull out the gun, I shoot the dude, and then run off or whatever. And that was the scene, but they cut the scene because, Big died, and they said it was violent, so they didn't want to put it in there because it was like right after Big got killed. So they never aired that part of the video. But if y'all could get your hands on the tape, somebody got it, y'all look, that probably would have been my big break had they, used it in the video. But the funny thing about that video was, after I did the scene, right? A lot of y'all know I was a street guy before I got into the music industry, and I skipped over that because I don't try not to glorify the street shit. You know what I'm saying? But the funny thing is, after I did the first take of that scene, Wolf was there, who I knew Wolf because Wolf was from the Valley. Either one in the Valley, sometimes we have friendships, sometimes we have rivals, but I know a lot of dudes from the Valley. Actually, if y'all didn't know, Kid from Kid and Play is actually from the Valley. And his name, his original name, I think, was Kid Cool Out when he started rapping before he got into Kid and Play. Whole nother other story. After I did the scene, you know, Wolf was standing behind Puff. And God bless the dead, you know, Wolf has passed away. Y'all all know that. Wolf was standing behind Puff. So when I came back and we was gonna reshoot the scene, Puff was like, damn, man, you did that too real and stuff. Like, you know, where you from? You know, I told him where I was from, and he was like, you did that before. And I was like, I just looked at him. I didn't know if it was a trick question or what. I was just like, nah, not me. But, you know, if y'all know me, then y'all know, you know, whatever. But so that, you know, was one of the many music videos. But the thing is with the music videos was I started bringing my camera on the set because I was working with the likes of the Puffs, the Nas, you know, the Mobb Deeps and all these guys. So I would bring a camera on set and I started shooting behind the scenes, you know, of a lot of these music videos. Like in the Hate Me Now stuff, you know, video, I was shooting behind the scenes of that. I actually shot when it was they had a scene where Puff and Nas was doing the scene and they had this tiger on the set. And the tiger got loose or something and I was shooting it and I still got that tape, but I got so many tapes that I can't find. I gotta find it because I don't know what tape is on. But I was filming behind the scenes and I caught that on camera. And the funny thing was, Rich Nice from Trackmasters, from Eden Wall, like he was on the set. Now Rich, I know Rich since I was a little dude. He's from Eden Wall too. Rich went and told security that I was filming. You know what I'm saying? So they came and rolled up on me looking for the camera. But I seen Rich go and snitch and tell them niggas, yo, I was filming because I was watching them go tell. And I seen security looking up like, who? And shit. Them niggas came up and looked and I hid my camera. And they like, yo, you filming in here? And I'm like, nah, what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? From that day forth, from that day, I knew Rich was a motherfucking sucker. Rich been a sucker ever fucking since. And this nigga's from my projects. You know what I'm saying? I grew up, this nigga, he was probably, I'm not gonna say he was the first one with a record deal, but he was one of a few dudes to get a major record deal. First it was DST, I believe, which is now DXT. DST had won a Grammy for Rocket with Herbie Hancock. You know, he's the one DJing, doing the scratches on Rocket with Herbie Hancock. A lot of y'all probably remember that video back in the days on Video Music Box with all the robots and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's DST. He's from Eden Wall. He's one of the first people to get a record deal, a major record deal from our projects. Other guy that got a record deal from our projects would be Preacher Earl. Many of y'all might know Preacher Earl from Down the Line or Nice and Smooth. Either first or second album, he's on that. Preacher Earl, Eat 'em all, beat 'em all. That was, you know, the line in there or whatever. Shout out to Preacher Earl. And then the other would be Rich Nice. Rich Nice was signed to Motown, and he had his single that he was popular for was called Mr. Goodball or whatever. Kind of was like following Father MC. I don't know if he was before Father MC, but it was that same smooth nigga type of shit, whatever. So I known this nigga forever. He's from my south side of Eden Wall, whatever. So that nigga went, told them niggas that. Sucker nigga ever since. The other sucker shit I ain't gonna talk about yet. I'll get to that later on in another show. But like I said, Rich Knight's been a sucker ever since. And more recently, the sucker shit he did to me was I got invited to Sway in the Morning by Sway. I met Sway at Jason Jeter house, who was managing T.I. at the time, and you know, also the co-owner of a Cool Hustle Gang, one or the other or both. And you know, I was doing marketing and promotion for them. So I was with my man Tony Shelman. We went to Jason Jeter house, was kicking in with Sway, and so he like, oh, where are you from Eden Wall? He called Rich and was like, yo, you know Choke? He said he from Eden Wall. He like, oh yeah, he from Eden Wall, blah, 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 blah. All right, Sway like, yo, you gotta come to the show when you come, yo, you got great history, this, that, and the other. Yo, Friday, when you come back to the city, come up to the show. I'm like, all right, cool. Wednesday of that week, I promote the show on Instagram that I'm doing Sway in the morning. Then I get a call from Sway, like, yo, Choke, I need you to check in with Rich and book it with Rich. Nigga, you already invited me to the show. Why do I gotta go through Rich? Rich trying to flex his muscle. Yo, tell that nigga go through me. I call Rich, he don't pick up the phone. I get my publicist to call Rich. He answers not knowing who it is. She tells him, he tell you get back to her. He never gets back to her. Fucking sucker. Fuck you, motherfucker. It's all good. Now I don't need Sway in the morning because I can do my own shit. You know what I'm saying? But I still got love for Sway. Sway's still a real nigga to me. But you his man over me, so of course he gonna go with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's all love. Sway, I still got love for you, but your man's still a fucking sucker. All right? Cool. Moving forward. So Edenwald has a reputation of successful people in the industry. My man Eric Mobley, he's the only one from the Edenwald that played ball that made it to the NBA. And then you got Shane, the dribbling machine. He played in Roc-A and then went on to N1. So like I said, you know, Edenwald has this, you know, people that has been successful in what they do. And when it comes to the camera thing, producing, directing, I'm that guy from Edenwald that's known for it. And now we have a new baby in the industry, Dream Doll. She is now, you know, another product of Edenwald who's being successful in the industry. And shout out to my man DJ Self for giving her the shot. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm from, Edenwald Projects. There's a lot of talent from there. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of talent from Edenwald that's doing things now. Y'all look out for them. Now that I'm in the industry and I'm doing this camera thing and I'm doing this modeling and acting thing, I start hanging out at the tunnel. So a lot of y'all know me from the tunnel. When I started shooting, you know, behind the scenes stuff, one day I just snuck my camera into the tunnel. How I did that? There's this guy named Aston Taylor. Y'all know him as Funkmaster Flex.
Fuck man, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't fucking ready. New York City, you wanna wild out right now? This is the first time this shit's spinning in the tunnel. You wanna wild out right now, make some goddamn noise.
I've known Funkmaster Flex since I was 8 years old. 8 years old, all right? I'm from Edenwald Project. Flex is 2 avenues up, Bronxwood Avenue, but he was from, believe, 227th Street, maybe 228th, between 227 and 228th. But my uncle lived on 229th, and my uncle was married to a woman that had a nephew by the name of Ben. Ben was also called Ben British, who was a rapper, and Flex was his DJ. Ben was in the entertainment industry. Ben used to hang with a dude, I can't think of his name right now, but this dude used to always be with Russell Simmons, and he was in the in crowd, right? So he would always come around, hang around with Ben and whatever. Flex and them used to always see Ben with this dude. One day, Ben introduced Flex to the guy. Flex started hanging out with the guy. Next thing you know, Flex is pulling up with the guy. And now he's hanging with him, and he cuts Ben off. Now, this is how Flex got into the industry. Flex got next to this dude got him next to other dude, Chuck Chill Out, so on and so forth. Next thing you know, Flex is in the industry, whatever. Flex became who he is. So I've been around Flex since I was 8 years old. He's seen me grow up. He knows me. He knows my Uncle Spider. You know what I'm saying? He knows my family. The first time I went into the tunnel, I got in by helping Flex take his crates in. And, you know, by taking Flex crates in, I snuck my camera and through that way because the guys didn't search me because I was helping Flex. When I got in there, that very first night, I had my Sony 8mm camera, which was actually my sister's camera. She gave it to me. And I shot Jay-Z in there. That's when the Hard Knock Life was out. The Hard Knock Life was a big song at that time. I took the camera in there, Jay-Z performed, and I was waiting for him to perform at the stage, but we hear his voice, and when you hear his voice, you know, everybody's standing there, and they like, where he at? We turn around, look, Jay's at the booth. Now, I was set up, nice and sturdy, dope shot to catch the Jay performing, but now he over in the booth, so everybody turned around, and everybody that was in the back was now in the front, and everybody that was in the front was now in the back. So, you know, I tried to make my way as close as I could get, and that night screwed me up because I was positioned with a steady shot, and now I didn't have a steady shot, but I filmed as much as I can. You know, Jay's performed that night, Bleak performed, Ja Rule, Beans was there, Dane was there, a couple of other groups they probably was working with that never made it. But that was my first experience in the tunnel filming.